Hello everyone! So today I am going to do my July book haul. Erin and I went to Barnes & Noble the other day and spent a ton of money on books. And then I also went to Goodwill and I found a book there. So let's get started. First book that I'm going to show you today is Girl with Dragon Tattoo. Everyone that I know is completely raving about this book. So I decided to buy it. I bought it for 99 cents from Goodwill. And it's still a pretty good copy, so I'm pretty happy with it. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know much about it at all, except that it's solving some sort of a mystery, so we'll see how I like it. The next book I'm going to talk about is Reboot by Amy Tinterra. And this book I was recommended by actually Pullin' Bananas Books, or Christine, and she was talking about the second book in the series, and it looked really good, so I thought I would buy it and try it, and yeah. The next book I'm going to talk about is one that you've probably never heard of, because it doesn't seem like it's very popular. There weren't very many copies on the shelf to begin with, I don't think, but it's called Grimm, and it's a bunch of YA authors who wrote their own versions of different fairy tales, and then they compiled them together. We have Ellen Hopkins, the author of Crank, Glass, Burned, Identical. She has a whole series of books. We have Amanda Hawking, Julie Kagwa, who wrote the Iron King series. Claudia Gray, Rachel Hawkins, Kimberly Durting, Mira McIntyre, Melinda Lowe, Sarah Reese Brennan, Jackson Pierce, Christine Johnson, Jerry Smith Reddy, Sean David Hutchinson, Sandra Mitchell, Sonia Gensler, Tessa Grattan, and John Scavron. I'm sorry if I butchered that name. But it looks pretty good. I kind of started reading a couple of them because there was one that Erin really wanted to read, so she was reading it out loud to me. And it just looks fun, and I thought I'd enjoy it as, like, between different fantasy books or as a buffer of some sort. The next book I'm going to talk about is called White Space by Ilsa J. Bick, and this book seems... I started reading it. I'm there. I picked it up because my friend Mac was talking about it and how it was kind of weird but good at the same time. And so far it's been about this girl who wrote a story, and it's just like a book that someone else had written beforehand, but the manuscript had never been released. So her professor, her creative writing professor, gets really mad because she's basically plagiarized this guy's work, and she's just kind of changed a couple of the words. And it's even set in the same place. So she, to get away from it all, starts to run away from her hometown for a bit with her friend, and they start to experience the events from her story. And it's really interesting and really creepy. It's almost like a horror movie in a book form, except without the added bonus of being in the dark and, like, jump scares and that kind of a thing. And the book flows really well. Each chapter, so far, at the end of the chapter, the new chapter will start with, like, finishing the sentence. The chapter will end in an incomplete sentence, and then the next chapter will start that sentence, but it's a completely different person telling the story. So it's a different perspective, and it just kind of flows really well. And everything is very well described. So far, I'm enjoying it. Next book I'm going to talk about is Fangirl by Rowell. And I was told by my friend Natalie that this was really good, and that all of Rowell's works are incredible, and she's basically in love with Rowell, and so I thought I'd try Fangirl. I was going to go for Eleanor and Park, but I looked at the description of Fangirl, and it seemed to be a little bit better of a story for me personally to be introduced to Rainbow Rowell's writing. So I bought this one instead, and I'm really excited, and I want to read it really bad, but then I have all of these other books that are getting in the way because I need to read them first. So we'll see how this goes. The next book I have for you guys is Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. I'm really excited for this one because I love Harry Potter, and so I need more from J.K. Rowling. I just can't get enough. I know it's not with the Harry Potter characters, but I do love J.K. Rowling's writing and her style of writing and how she basically like immerses herself in the book. I play Pottermore sometimes, and like everything is so detailed, and she has these backstories beyond backstories of all of these characters, and I've never seen an author do that before. So J.K. Rowling, Casual Vacancy. It's also her first adult novel, so that'll be interesting. I do tend to dip into adult novels every once in a while because I love the content better. I love the language better. It's so much more vibrant usually than in just a regular YA novel. I also like that if you have a ship, that they can actually have intimate relations rather than them kissing and then the scene ends. So we'll see how this goes. The next book that I have for you is The Book of Life by Deborah Harkness. I am so excited for this book. You have no idea. I pre-ordered it. I was freaking out when I got to my house. And, it's the last book in the All Souls trilogy. It's, a story that follows Diana Baker, and she, in the first book, finds out that she's a witch. It's in the first couple chapters, don't worry, I haven't spoiled anything. And she begins a relationship with Matthew Claremont, who is a vampire, and it's about her dipping into the world of magic, dipping into the world of her boyfriend's power and family name, and how this one book, Ashmole 182, needs to come back so they can figure out a lot of the secrets of how their supernatural world works. And so hopefully in the Book of Life they will get the book back, and I don't know, I'm just so excited. And things have been happening, and just things need to resolve. I can't wait. So, Book of Life. The first book is called A Discovery of Witches. If you have not read it, read it. If you like fantasy, if you like adult fantasy, if you're into vampires, if you're into witches, don't let Twilight deter you from vampires, because the Discovery of Witches vampires are not that bad. They're not cheesy. They stick to an original sort of vampire-ness. It's a very old line of vampires that is going through this book, and it's fantastic. And Deborah Harkness is an amazing writer. So I can't start the Book of Life. And that is my July book haul. I will see you next week. Bye, Erin.